Purge entered the dark room that was now dimly lit by her mask. She hummed a soft tune to break the silence a little. She brought a couple of things with her bat, a cloth, and a bucket being covered by the cloth. The light produced by her mask revealed a man, shot and half beaten to death by Purge. Purge was finishing a job she was asked to do. A hitman job, to be specific. It was some bloody works, but what did you expect from a hitman? The man slowly began to regain consciousness, again only to see Purge bending down to his height to give him a terrifying welcome. He flinched and squirmed. "What the fuck?" The man yelled out of shock of Purge's presence. "Oh, did I scare you?" "You're such a wimp. My own 6-year-old daughter doesn't get scared that easily." The man rolled his eyes from the insult from the Russian lady. "Whatever, just what the hell am I doing here?" Purge lifted her mask off her face to reveal her gray eyes, a scar on her nose, and an eyebrow piercing she had for quite some time. "Just doing my job, bro." Purge's eyes widened with psychoticness. "But I need you to help me a little with it." The man's eyes widened with fear, and his eyes also started to fill with tears. "But it will go faster if you just stay more still, so I recommend not running." Purge gleefully grinned. The man's eyes filled with more tears. Purge rested the tip of her bat at his cheek. She was even using the nail side, so he knew things were about to get bloody. The nail slowly digged into his skin, tearing at flesh. A trail of blood poured down his cheek, onto the rest of his body, and onto the floor. After a good amount of skin was teared, and she heard a little bit of screaming from him, using her hands, Purge slowly took the flesh from his eye socket and pulled it out of his eye. He screeched and begged for mercy, and he screamed even more in pain the more she tried to tear it out of his face. But Purge was too insane to care. After a little while of the facial torture, Purge picked up her bat again. "Oh, and one more thing." She then swung her bat into his stomach, making blood in the guts volcano-upped onto Purge's breast, face, neck, and stomach, and a bit on her thighs too. Blood already covered her foot, because she was already standing in a pool of his own blood. She beat him a couple times with her weapon until he's nothing but a dead body in a pool of blood. After a couple of minutes of beating the man completely to death, and not half-assed doing it like she did last time, she let him lay in a pool of blood. Purge sat down on the ground. She had a bit of this dark red liquid in her mouth, but she let it drizzle down her chin. She gently licked, feeling a metallic taste of blood fill her mouth. I miss that taste. Taste of victory. With the eye that she tore out of the man's head, she used the other hand that was free to lift the cloth from the basket she brought in the room to reveal a bunch of fresh and bloody organs from other people. From hearts to guts, all kinds of other flesh was in the basket. It was a blood and gut pit. Well, a small blood and gut pit. Purge placed the amberish-brown colored eye into the bucket with all the other pieces of flesh. Purge then looked up into a small yellow light in front of her. Under the yellow light in front of Purge was a table with a radio on it. She would always use the radio to tell her customers that the kill was done, and so she could end her job. She got up off the ground to the table and played around with some of the buttons to find a contact for the person she was going to kill for. A signal picked up, and it was the right person. Okay, so I killed the person you wanted me to do for you. Anyways, how much do you owe me? I'd expect at least 100. Oh, thanks. I'll pay you maybe tomorrow. Is that alright? This little bit of anger built up in Purge. But she was happy, because she knew she made a deal for at least over 100. Alright, that'll work. Oh, by the way, Happy Easter. Purge then ended the conversation and hiked back up the stairs out of the dark room back to her bedroom to get some rest. When she opened her bedroom, she saw her girlfriend, Jill-o'-lantern, laying in her bed sleeping. It gave her slight butterflies. She just lay down with her. After a couple of minutes of staring at the ceiling, Purge finally fell asleep. Blood stained some of the sheets of the bed, but she could care less. She was tired. Jill had a little bit of blood on her too, but Jill didn't even care.